In today's video, we're going to talk about the two most important things that you need to become successful in real estate so that you can go from where you are now to a successful real estate investor sipping margaritas on a beach on your own private island or whatever it is that you want to do. I think you can buy islands pretty cheap. It just depends where they are. So I'm Dustin Hahn, and we use the strategies on this channel to do real estate. We buy property for 40 to 90% below market value, and every month we do 5 to 10 deals. So the stuff that we're talking about here comes from the real world, from people actually doing it. So what's one of the first important things that you need to be doing real estate? Well, that is time. You don't need a lot of time, but you do need a little bit of time to dedicate to your real estate. Now, no kidding, Captain Obvious, everything needs time. However, I want to break it down in a way to just kind of quantify it for you and make it a little more digestible. So ultimately, if you're really serious about this business, you need to dedicate 1 to 2 hours per day to the business every single day. Now, I talk to a lot of people who say, Dustin, I'm already doing this stuff for 2 or 3 hours per day. And generally when I ask them, like, okay, what type of what are you doing during that time? And they're like, well, I'm on the MLS, I'm going through Zillow, I'm looking for property on like auction sites and things like that. I'm watching YouTube videos. And all of that stuff is okay, but it's very wide. It's a very wide net. And to make this stuff work, you need to be going like very narrow and very deep in one direction. Not like the band. Maybe some people know that band. But I see that being a huge problem is people feel like they're moving forward, but maybe you're just on this endless roller coaster and buffet of YouTube and Zillow and the MLS and things like that, where you're not really going to find a good deal and you're not going to be getting the mastery needed to make this business actually work, which is very, very important. Now, it's a little bit ironic that I'm delivering this message on YouTube and I'm now going to be saying that, well, we live in a world where you can learn anything that you want on this channel. That's what brought you here. But really one of the biggest problems is a lot of people misspend. They don't spend their time properly utilizing the tactics here. They're going very wide. They're watching everything like they're at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and it's just unlimited. And we all know how it feels if you eat a bunch of junk food or maybe go to the buffet that wasn't that healthy. For a couple minutes, you might feel good about yourself, but on the car ride home, and when you get home, there can be hell to pay in many ways, which I don't need to go into because I'm sure you're all too familiar with those ways. Now, it happens the same thing with people trying to learn about real estate investing. And they're going very wide, watching all these videos where you need to just, if you want to do wholesaling, pick wholesaling. If you want to do tax liens and deeds, pick that, but go very deep on the topic. Now, we obviously have a whole bunch of trainings that go deep into that topic, and I'll get to more in the end on a good strategy for going very deep on the subject. Now, the second thing that you're gonna need is a little bit of money for real estate. So time and money. Well, like I mentioned, no kidding, Captain Obvious, but a lot of this stuff, it really isn't rocket science. It's very simple fundamentals that you need to double down on. There's no one big grandiose secret that's going to make the difference. A lot of people will say things like, just tell me the one thing, but no, really, what do I need to do? And it's not necessarily just one thing. It is a cascading effect of a whole bunch of little things that you do that build up so that you can be getting reference experience. Now, when I say a little bit of money, it doesn't take a lot of money to really get this thing rocketing off the ground. Like if you have 10 to 15 grand set aside, that's more than enough to run this business and have a cushion and not be chewing on rocks and sand and having a miserable experience. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people talking about no money down strategies and this and that. Like, you could buy a tax deed for 50 bucks. You could buy a tax lien for 25 bucks. You could go and cold call 1,000 numbers. You could go door knock on 1,000 doors, and it's horrible. It sucks. I've made cold calls, I've knocked on doors, and it's like chewing on rocks. It's just no fun. So if you don't have money set aside, what I would recommend is work a little bit of overtime in your job, so at least you have a little bit of capital to run this business, to get the proper tools, the proper training to be able to do it and to be able to go narrow and very deep into the subject and actually have a roadmap instead of just the endless cycle of YouTube and feeling like you're doing something, but really you're not getting anywhere. Because what you should be doing is watching like an hour of YouTube and then 1 to 2 hours of actually implementing, or an hour of the training system you're doing and then 1 to 2 hours of implementing. And that's super important because you're getting real world reference experience so that you can go and build upon that and really build your knowledge foundation. And I know that's a hard thing because it's easy to just go video after video. It's very easy to go through the MLS. It's very easy to go through Zillow and all those sites and feel like you're doing something, but really you're not. And what happens when people go very wide with their knowledge is they get on this loop of just paralysis by analysis, thinking there's going to be this perfect moment where you have all of the information and you're never going to make a mistake. So you think, okay, if I just watch this video, if I watch this series, if I go through all of these videos, I'm never going to make a mistake and I'm going to know what to do. Well, I'm here to tell you it's better to just start taking action and get some reference experience as opposed to just always watching videos. Now, I'm harping on these 2 points because it's so simple, but yet so many people just don't listen to it. So if you want some help doing this, we have a system called How to Buy Property for 40 to 90% below market value. And it's a free training that's going to show you in front of your eyes what you could do to get started today for finding property for 40 to 90% below market value. So there's a link below this video. You can check it out. I also have this bonus of 4 critical things to avoid when real estate investing, and 3 hot tips, as well as our wholesale contract that we paid our attorney $1,000 to create, and our rehab estimate calculator to help you with some tools that you can actually use. Now, there's a lot of people out there who have really great information, and our information definitely has an edge over a lot of information because we actually do it, but I'm not going to trash talk everybody out there, because listen to who you like. If you like what I have to say, then you can listen to more of our stuff. If you don't like what I have to say, then you're, I don't know why you're still here or still watching this video. If you like this channel, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, go check out that free training below the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.